Are you looking for the best upcoming FPS games to get excited about? Well, you're in luck because in this video I'm highlighting 10 amazing upcoming FPS games you don't want to miss. Sit back, relax, and let's get right into the list. Starting off the list strong is Polanesis. Polanesis is an FPS crime noir that plays out right out of the 90s and looks right out of a comic book. In this game you play as one man with two fists who sets out to get to the bottom of it all. On your path to take back Switchblade City, you have the freedom to go about your journey with a more stealthy approach, a more loud one, or a mixture of both. You also have the freedom to use the world as your weapon. This means anything you can find from pipes, trash cans, pistols, a Tommy gun, or your own fists can be an effective weapon. This noir saga spans across dozens of levels with fully voiced, hand-drawn, comic-style cutscenes. The expressive comic presentation immediately jumped out to me, and the setting carries over well with its fittingly authentic dialogue. While we wait for the full game, there's a demo out now on Steam. At number 9, we have a highly anticipated follow-up to a well-received boomer shooter in Project Warlock 2. Project Warlock 2 is an explosive FPS full of guns, magic, demons, vertical arenas, 3D visuals, 2D sprites, and heavy metal music. You'll play as Palmer, Erd, and Kirsten, who each have their own skills, perks, unique weapons, magic skills to unlock, and personal reasons to confront their old Warlock master. Speaking of unique weapons, each character has 20 plus exclusive weapons which will cater to a ton of different playstyles. The game is divided up into 3 chapters which consist of 6 huge sprawling levels up to 10 times bigger than any individual level in the original game. The sprite work and environments are amazing with massive levels that can take over an hour to complete. There's a lot of game here. Project Warlock 2 is set to release in June of this year. Up next we have one for my roguelite and co-op fans with Afterblast. Afterblast is a challenging roguelite action FPS which features dynamic gameplay with randomly generated dungeons. As you obtain powerful abilities, weapons, and find a way to save your planet, you'll need to stand up against the gods and defeat hordes of monsters. With dozens of guns and over 100 active and passive items to collect during a run, Afterblast has a hefty amount of replayability built in. Runs will be challenging with enormous bosses, but by using your character progression tree and obelisks scattered throughout, you'll have opportunities to overcome that difficulty. You can share that difficulty with some friends, as Afterblast has full online co-op to experience this with the squad. As a huge Gunfire Reborn and RoboQuest fan, I'm so excited to jump into this one sometime in 2023. At number 7, we have one for all the Battlefield fans out there with Battlebit Remastered. Battlebit Remastered is a low-poly FPS that aims for a massively multiplayer experience with up to 254 players in a single server. In this game, you'll fight on a large battlefield with ground vehicles, boats, and air support. One of the most impressive aspects of Battlebit Remastered to me is the fact that this game has a near fully destructible map, which creates for an endless amount of strategies on the battlefield. There are dozens of weapons in several game modes for 8 versus 8, all the way up to 127 versus 127 with scalable maps for any team size. Many fans of the Battlefield series have been paying attention to Battlebit Remastered, and the reception of the recent playtests have been incredibly positive. This is also one for low-spec gamers to check out. Next up, we have one for my fellow metal fans with Metal Hellsinger. Metal Hellsinger is a rhythm FPS brimming with diabolical enemies, powerful weapons, and metal music. In this game, you'll set out on an infernal journey in order to achieve the purest of goals, vengeance. A major focus of Metal Hellsinger is how your ability to shoot on the beat will enhance your gameplay experience. The more in sync you are with the rhythm, the more intense the music will become, and the more destruction you will cause. The game takes place in the Infernal Plains, a union of 1,000 hells, all of which are terrifying and diabolical in their own way. In order to dethrone the Red Judge, you must fight your way through the fiercest corners. With a soundtrack consisting of members of metal titans such as Arch Enemy, Lamb of God, and System of a Down, I'm all in on this one. At number 5, we have a game I've been following the development of on Twitter for quite some time in Decay. Decay is an atmospheric sim FPS that explores the nature of consciousness and individuality. In this game, you'll explore vast facilities across a dying Earth and uncover a sinister plot to preserve humanity no matter the cost, even if it means redefining what makes us alive. In Decay, combat is not the only path to success. You may find that often the best approach is to avoid hostile engagement altogether. This can be done through exploring alternate routes, hacking computers and security systems, discovering lost logs and passwords, and using every tool at your disposal. I love the lighting and water effects on display, and having the Deus Ex series serving as a major influence has me very excited to check this one out. Next up, we have one for my FPS and card game fans with Neon White. Neon White is a single-player speedrunning FPS where you can sacrifice your guns for godlike parkour moves. You play as White, an assassin handpicked from hell to compete with other demons for a chance to live permanently in heaven. This is a fast-paced FPS with a ton of speedrunning potential. This game uses soul cards which represent both a weapon and a tactical movement ability. If you use the soul card, it will fire the associated weapons such as a shotgun or pistol. However, if you discard the soul card, it will deploy a special ability such as a double jump, a stomp, and much more. Levels reward speed and will open up as you rack up essence, which reveals shortcuts and collectibles that can be given to other neons. I can't wait to experience these clever mechanics for myself. At number 3, we have the incredibly immersive Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart is a close-world FPS action RPG set in an alternate version of the 1950s Soviet Union. The game's story takes place in a world where robotics and other advanced technologies were developed during World War II. Robots designed to help humans have rebelled against their creators, and you must prepare for the fight of your life. In addition to rebellious robots, terrifying mutants, giant machines, and bloodthirsty creatures are just a few of the obstacles that stand between you and the completion of your secret mission. You need to choose optimal tactics for each unique opponent and use everything you can get your hands on, from the special abilities capabilities provided by your combat glove to heavy weapons of mass destruction. The visuals look absolutely gorgeous, and I'm so ready to check this one out. Next up, we have an FPS inspired by Doom, Overwatch, and Beat Saber with Gun Jam. Gun Jam is a rhythm FPS where the player must shoot to the beat to survive. The game features a unique beat pattern shooting mechanic, and firefights sync to the original soundtrack in a vibrant world. The game's soundtrack consists of several genres such as EDM, metal, and trap, all with an emphasis on thumping beats that you must line up your shots, dashes, and more to propel through a variety of levels. Each weapon and movement mechanic has a corresponding colored diamond that moves up through the center of your screen and also acts as your reticle. Levels are carefully crafted and will incentivize you to progress as quickly as possible in order to get the highest scores you can. I love the growing subgenre of the rhythm FPS, and this is one I have to try for myself. At number 1, we have a slick multiplayer FPS that's out very soon with Leap. Leap is a fast-paced multiplayer first-person shooter featuring epic battles with up to 60 players, each armed to the teeth. In this game, you'll work together with your teammates, use powerful weapons and unique class abilities, and traverse the terrain quickly with grappling hooks, jetpacks, and outrageous vehicles to seize victory. One aspect of Leap that stands out to me are the traversal mechanics such as the hoverboard and the mechanical moose, which are so fun to use. Each player is equipped with an exosuit that contains match-altering abilities. You can call in an orbital laser to wipe out a group of enemies or throw down a support shield to take temporary cover. Leap releases in June, and I can't wait. So which games from this list are you most excited about? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave a like, and if you're always in search of your next favorite games, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. Speaking of more videos like this one, you can click on either of these links on screen now, and I'll see you in the next one.